totally fine with embarrassing myself in a situation like this. So what I do is I point out something. I'll say, hey, I really like your clothes. Like, you know, what you're wearing is really nice. You know, what store did you get it from? And of course, a lot of people, when it comes to stuff like that, will be like, oh, you know, they're trying to steal my flow. Go fucking find your own store or whatever. But a lot of the times people aren't going to be like that. Again, that is the few and the far between. And these conversations don't necessarily have to stem from clothing or whatever it is about this person. You can just, what I like to do is I like to look at them and then find my in. That's what I say. What the fuck is that? I like to find my in. So that's what I like to say is I find my in, and I'll look at what someone's wearing first, and if they're wearing, like, I don't know, a jersey or something, or, you know, maybe they're just like really muscular in general. I'll joke, like, I've made this joke with a bunch of buff guys, and they seem to find it hilarious. Because my friend Eric would always say, like, oh, I'm trying to bench 225. And I guess that's like a really big goal when you're like starting to bench press for the first time. I've never personally made it to 225, so I guess I can say that it's a pretty big goal. Are we cool? Can you just back off right quick? Oh. Can you look at me right here and still listen? Oh, dude. What about right here? Interesting. But anyways. Oh man, we're getting to the deeper layers. I wish this game had rope like Terraria. But yeah, 225, big I guess milestone when it comes to lifting and bench pressing. So what I would say is to like the biggest dudes that come in that look like they could probably lift, they could probably lift me over their heads and fucking give me an attitude adjustment or a fucking other wrestling super move, fucking power bomb me or just fuck my shit up, right? I'll say, hey man, what's your PB? PB is personal best. What's your PB for bench presses? 225? And they find that so funny. They find that hilarious. Damn, this is a little extra than I'm willing to work with. It seems like we could probably find diamonds down here. But they seem to love that. They find that hilarious. And that's your in. Okay, if they laughed at that or they're like, nah, I do this, then okay, you know that's a sensitive spot. You don't want to bring that up again, or you don't want to talk about a certain thing with them. Because, you know, if they take themselves really seriously, then you have to know, okay, there might not be a chance here. I need to take myself very seriously. But a lot of the times what ends up happening is I like playing the fool because it allows people to underestimate me. And people will often let their guard down because they think that they don't have anything to be afraid of. You know, this person who's so willing to embarrass himself or say things that might be embarrassing to someone else, you know, what do I have to be afraid of? Like, he probably can't really think right now. And for example, there's this guy that comes into where I work. I wouldn't say a lot, but every now and then. And he is a very handsome guy. He's like probably roughly my height, which is 7'1", and super rugged like me and handsome like me. No, I'm kidding. He's like 6'1", so around my height. But he's like very lean and very muscular in that sense. And he comes in fairly frequently, and he's got a nice beard mustache combo. He's got like flared sort of styled upwards hair. He's got these like horn rimmed glasses, like the little circle spectacles, and yeah, and he just seems like just a handsome dude, like someone that maybe a lot of people would be attracted to. And so um he's become kind of like a folk legend in a way. Because whenever we see him, we make jokes. It's like, uh-oh, everyone's office, everyone's work crushes here, basically. But of course, those are all jokes. I don't really think anyone is too particularly interested in a random customer. Are the bats new? Oh, they made them actually look like bats. Wow. Instead of just like tiny villager heads on. Wow. Well, they actually look nice. That's awesome. I still hate fucking bats though. Um, but yes, this guy, he's like everyone's little work crush. And I just like kind of looked at everyone and I've smiled thinking about it. Um, oh, okay. So here's part of my Riz technique, okay? I love making things awkward because you can really tell how nice people are depending on how they handle awkward situations. Like if someone handles an awkward situation very nicely, like they're very sweet about it, and thanks for listening, guys. If someone is very awkward, depending on how the receiving person handles it, then you know that person is like very nice or very understanding or very patient. And so I just smiled because I'm like, oh, I want to be awkward. I want to go be awkward to this guy that everyone thinks is hot. And I just said out loud, I'm like, you guys dare me to go talk to him? And they're like, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I would love to see this. So I was like, okay. They're like, you're not scared? And I said, no, what do I have to be afraid of? He's just some guy. He's just some guy I've never really met or talked to before. That's another thing. People will... Okay. This is honestly just one long tangent that has so many split ends. It's like it's like mapping like the multiverse of like your favorite show. That's really what this is looking like. So, side tangent. People will often justify it to themselves and say, I can't talk to that person. I don't know them. On the opposite end, you can talk to this person. You don't know them. You have nothing to be afraid of. You know absolutely nothing about this person. So what is there to be afraid of? Look, he's listening. I got so many listeners right now. This is awesome. But yeah, like, what do you have to be afraid of, really? Like, that you don't know this person? They don't know you. Like, who cares? Where's the fear in that? That doesn't really scare me. It just means that we don't know each other. But if I speak to them, there's a chance I might get to know them. Oh, you're gonna blow up, aren't you? Damn. I probably could have backed up some more, but I really wasn't feeling like it. Oh, these are the guys from earlier. But yes, so I'm like, yeah, what do I have to be afraid of? I don't know this guy. Like, I'm not gonna be at risk of losing a relationship or a friendship with someone by going and talking to this guy. So, yeah, I'm not scared. And they're like, all right, go ahead, let's see it. And I go up to him, and mind you, I think the funniest thing about this guy is that he's very handsome, but he talks like Grover from Sesame Street. So I go up and talk to this guy, and he's like out. I'm like handing him his food. I'm like, hey man, I was thinking of something on the fly, like literally as I'm talking to him, I'm trying to think of something, like I'm trying to find an in. I'm like, oh hey, where'd you get your tattoos done? because he has tattoos on his arms. And he's just like, oh yeah, well, I got them done by Andrew's Tattoos or whatever he told me that I can't really remember. Yeah, he does really good line work, and but if you wanted like faces and stuff like that, you'd be better going off to someone that you might know. And he starts talking to me about tattoos for a little bit. And look, you see how easy it is to find diamonds? Like, it's just so easy. I've never found netherite, man. I'm not letting that go. Maybe I'll find netherite. Maybe that'll be the series. The hunt for netherite. But yeah, that was my in. And he just like very instantly just started talking to me about tattoos and who I should go to, who I shouldn't go to, and what the process was like, and just a whole bunch of stuff about tattoos. He was so excited to talk to me about it. Yeah, sure enough, now whenever he sees me, he goes, "Hey, man, how are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm doing good, man. What are you up to?" "I'm good. Let me just get this sandwich with no tomato and blah, 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 blah." So, yeah. You see how easy that was to talk to some random guy? It's really just not even that big of a deal. I could probably talk to literally anyone and not be scared. Unless they were a celebrity or something. I probably wouldn't be able to handle talking to a celebrity. But not for a lack of trying. I could probably try and talk to a celebrity like I would talk to a normal person. And I'm sure some celebrities would respond to that really well. Like those that don't enjoy fame and stuff like that. I'm sure they would respond to that very well. They'd be like, "Oh, this guy doesn't know who I am. Like, that's so refreshing. I can talk to someone like a human being instead of, oh yeah, thanks for liking my work. Do you want a picture or whatever, Yeah. People aren't as complicated as other people seem to think. It's really just like, all it comes down to is, as long as you are nice to the person that you're trying to speak to, then you have nothing. Oh, fuck. I hate these little guys. But yeah, as long as you're nice to the people around you and the people that you talk to, you really have, and I can't stress this enough, literally nothing to be afraid of. I can't think of a single thing to be afraid of when talking to someone new. As long as you're nice, as long as you're friendly, as long as you listen. Like, so many people want to be listened to. I'm one of them. I want to be listened to. That's why I'm making these videos, so I can talk and have people listen while they're doing whatever they want to do in the meantime, That's really the whole point of why I upload. I think that's what I said in my Project Zomboid series was, I want to make a series that people can listen to and put in the background while they're doing stuff. Because I do that all the time. And I think it's really special that has just become something that a lot of other people do. So why not join that group of people that upload and do stuff like that for other people to listen to? Man, the Yap Sesh is insane. How long have I been recording? About 43 minutes. I'm sure that'll probably be like 1.5 episode already. I'm trying to think what else I can talk about. I guess I can give you guys a real life example of. Oh shit! Damn, everyone's falling on me.